Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. We'll start off with J. Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, looked like the way you changed this game tonight as you went with that three-guard lineup. Obviously, you had Domas on the bench there. You had something going. Why was that unit clicking for you, and what did you find that worked so well that got you back into the game and got this win?
Yeah, that lineup of it was TJ and Malcolm and Aaron Holiday there at that 1, 2, 3, and Doug was there at the 4. Like you said, those three guards, and then Miles, going to play that group that's clicking and rolling. And I think the best thing that I liked with that group was just the intensity at which they were playing. I thought the guards were in very serious attack mode on the offensive end. I thought there was some big plays made. I thought Aaron Holiday made some big shots and some big plays, and that was a big boost. And then on the defensive end, it was the deflections, and it was the communication. So there were a number of things there with that group to close it in the fourth quarter.
Tony East, go ahead.
Nate, now that he's starting, can you just talk about how important Doug McDermott is to this team, especially on nights like tonight when his offense is really rolling and helping basically every unit he's in?
Yeah, just that the teams really have to pay attention to him, whether he's in the action of the play or whether he's on the weak side. He's a constant threat to come flying out of the corner or coming off a dribble handoff or staggers, you name it. So he's constantly moving. He's constantly relocating, which makes him really hard to guard. And you mentioned it, that the teams have to pay attention to that, and it kind of gives space to the others. And then when he is scoring, it creates more space for the others. So just his overall pace and his movement creates a lot of things for us.
Scott Agnes.
Nate, how much does the feel of this road trip change after that bad loss in Brooklyn, but to rebound and pick up multiple wins like this and the contributions you were able to get? How important was that coming back home?
Yeah, it's important. And the thing I liked most about it was there was a lot of different combinations on the floor that contributed, to the last couple wins. So guys are understanding multiple positions out there. A question was asked earlier of, the 3-guard lineup with Doug McDermott at the 4 and Miles at the 5. So there's just lots of different combinations that this team can go to. And that's probably what I've liked the most lately of these last 2 games, and just the way that they keep attacking.
Andy Alder.
Hi, Coach. Just curious, what stands out for you about Aaron's performance tonight and the energy that he brought in the fourth to help tie the game and then go in front?
Yeah, Aaron Holiday. He was getting to that paint, and he had some finishes at the rim that dropped down for him. He got to the paint and sprayed it out a little bit. He hit some big shots. He hit it from the perimeter. And when he's in attack mode like that, it's fun to watch him play that way. We saw him play that way earlier. I think it was in Golden State, where he had a big fourth. So he's very, very capable of that throughout the course of the game, and it was good to see.
Scott.
You guys obviously had a strong offensive fourth quarter, but defensively too, after what Atlanta had done, what do you feel like kind of flipped defensively to change the game?
I don't know. I think we look more active out there. And I know I say that a lot, but I think it was our communication too. The guys are out there talking and pointing, and really trying to help each other the best they can. So they're not, they're talking on screens, they're talking on cuts. And I just think that helps juice everything up, and when we get that confidence going on the defensive end, it fuels the offense. So they were good. They were in attack mode on both ends of the floor.
A quick follow-up. Have you always been a coach that rides the hot hand, or is that something you had to learn over the years? Because some coaches don't do that.
Well, I think you always learn. You learn every day as a coach, every single day, every single game. But, I like to give credit to the group that is playing well. I think if they're playing well, they deserve to stick out there on the floor, and the team knows that, and the team continues to support each other when those things happen. So that's what was great about the guys on the floor. We're playing hard for each other. The guys on the bench were really encouraging that last group on. So, So if it's clicking and there's a good rhythm, I like to stay with that as long as I can.
Tony East.
Yeah, Nate, 0 3-point attempts for Trae Young tonight. Justin Holiday and TJ McConnell were up on him the entire game. Was it part of the game plan to keep him up line and make him attack inside like that?
Yeah, we wanted to have high pickup points on him. You know, he can shoot that thing from very deep. So we wanted to make sure that we had full attention on him early in the possession. You know, with, like you said, with TJ, Justin, Malcolm, there's a number of guys there, but give credit to the guys on the second and third line of defense, you know, for the talking that they were doing, for the ball screens that were coming. I thought our bigs were up and aggressive, making them see walls of bodies. So I thought it was a team effort there.
All righty. Thank you, Nate. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's start Pat Boylan. Get us started.
Hey, Aaron, what sparked that fourth quarter run for both you and the team?
We just stuck with it. First half, they crept back into the game late in the first half, right before the half ended. So coming out, we just wanted to pick up the pace, continue to move the ball on offense, and just really lock in on defense.
J. Michael, you got something?
Sure. Aaron, how much of this kind of comes down to not just this game, but probably most other games too, making a team pay for what they're giving you? I know they had Werder on you, and you were able to make them pay, and you got hot in the fourth quarter. Like you guys defensively chased in that box Trae Young to take him away, and told the other guys beat us with the shot. Does it come down to being something as simple as that on getting the win versus losing a game like this?
I think it's just our heart and energy. Coach did a great job. He had a great game plan, and I think we executed pretty well, especially in the second half. Got to the fourth quarter. As we pulled away, we really locked in on defense. So our team just did a great job of locking in on Trae, making other guys beat us, and really playing with pace on offense.
Are you guys shocked that he didn't attempt a three in this game?
Say it again.
He didn't attempt a 3-point shot in this game. Are you
Oh,
surprised?
yeah. Justin did a great job on him early. I think Malcolm and TJ both guarded him. They did a great job as well. So, I mean, we did a good job of making him use the screen and fighting over it. And in the second half, we did a great job of showing him a lot of bodies. Even when he would think he beat TJ, we'll be right there to help. So,
Pat Boylan?
Aaron, what does it mean to you to have a coach who's willing to ride the hot hand, the hot lineup, keep not only you, but that group out there for the final stretch?
it means a lot. Obviously, this league is a business, so you don't know what's going to happen. But once we're hot and we're going, it meant a lot to stay out there and help my team win for sure.
Brendan Rourke.
Hey, Aaron. So after the team struggled a bit, how important is it for you to pick up these 2 wins on this road trip?
It's huge. Those 3 losses kind of pushed us back in our playoff race, even though it's still early. But you still want to win as many as you can early. So I'm glad we were able to get on the road and get these 2. It was big for us.
Anything else for Aaron? Yeah, Pat Boylan, go ahead.
Aaron, I know you've been searching for maybe a little bit more consistency this season. Can a performance like this for you kind of springboard you into some strong play, do you think, here going forward?
I don't know. We'll see.
Can I hop in, Dave?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Aaron, getting back to the matchup, you had 13 in the fourth quarter. How is it for you trying to balance? You have team goals and objectives in which you guys are trying to accomplish, but you have a favorable matchup that you were able to take advantage of in the fourth quarter, that you were aggressive getting to the rim against Werder was the guy you were attacking and doing it successfully. So you want to do that, obviously, and get your shot, but how do you balance that desired, I got a mismatch, I got to attack it, versus staying in the frame of the offense?
I mean, not to sound cocky, I always feel like I have a mismatch. So I do it throughout the game. I'm not a selfish player, so I allow my teammates to work. And if I have it, then I'll go and try to make a play. I feel like I get by a lot of people just with my speed and get to the basket. So I just try to use that to my advantage whenever I can. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. But I know I can change the game with my pace and get into the paint and kick outs or shooting shots. Like if I'm open, then I can take it or make a play for somebody else. So that's my mindset going into it.
All right, Aaron, thank you very much. I
Okay.
appreciate it. Pat Boylan, go start it off.
Hey, Doug, what stood out to you about the way the Pacers were able to close tonight, both offensively and defensively?
I just thought we did a really good job of communicating out there. And I think our stops towards the end let us get out in transition and get some easy buckets. And I just thought overall communication and unselfishness, that's kind of what coach always stresses to us. We got a very unselfish team on offense, and on defense we do too. That could mean, boxing out a guy, helping out a big, box out another guy, or calling a late switch to take away a shot. So I think just both sides, just really good communication.
Andy Albert.
Hi, Doug. I wanted to ask you, what stood out for you about what your teammates were doing on the offensive side that really helped you have a big night individually tonight and find your shot?
Honestly, just really found me early, to be honest. I was just aggressive to score early. And I just feel like with my ability to not just shoot the ball, but just to move around and put pressure on the defense, really kind of wore them out a little bit. And I thought, obviously, our bigs do a really good job of setting screens for me and head hunting me in transition. I think that's when I can get some easier threes, is just right away in transition, because it's tough to get some when we're already set. So I think that was kind of emphasis tonight, and we did a really good job of going to that early.
Tony East.
Doug, you've been back in the starting five these last two games after being in it a little earlier this season, and the offense is rolling with you in that group. Why do you think you fit so well with that lineup, and do you think it's something that can maintain longer term?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know why. I just think having me and Justin out there helps spread the floor, maybe gives these guys a little more space to operate. And, I just like I said, maybe sometimes I move around a little too much and it can mess up the spacing, but I think it just puts a lot of pressure on the defense, always having to worry about someone cutting. And that's just kind of my mindset going into every game, is obviously try to look for shots first from the perimeter. But if there's nothing there, just at least try to put pressure in some way to make a defender turn his eyes.
Just as a little follow-up, do you feel like the fact that you're playing a little more with Sabonis, you have a nice two-man partnership with, maybe as a factor in that group rolling on offense recently?
Yeah, I think so. I think, me and Jeremy are kind of interchangeable there in that starting lineup. And I think we're both fine doing either. But obviously we went on a little bit of a cold streak there as a team. And I think coach just wanted to change something up, and it's been good so far. I'm good doing either, but obviously having Domas out there and him finding me early is definitely huge to kind of get my rhythm into the game.
Scott.
You say you don't have a preference or you don't care, but does one help you or is easier for you or you're more accustomed to?
I would probably say I'm more accustomed to coming off the bench, because that's kind of what I've been a majority of my career. So it's definitely been an adjustment. I think it's more mentally, just trying to really lock in during, the layup line. I mean, I always do lock in, but sometimes when you're on the bench and you kind of have a feel when you're going in, you can kind of really see how the game's going, see the rhythm of the game. And now it's just, you got to be ready to play right from tip off. So it's an adjustment for sure. And my whole thing lately has been trying to just really focus on defense, and the offense will come. Because if you're always constantly thinking about offense, things kind of go south. So I just try to really focus on defense and helping out rebounding, and everything kind of take care of itself from there.
And then your numbers back it up. But do you feel like, in terms of your professional career, this is the best groove maybe you've been able to get into?
Yeah. I mean, I think, the older you get, the more comfortable you get in this league. And, but at the same time, you can never really get complacent. I know I've had some good games here lately, and it's been a good start, but it's all about winning games for me. We're not really where we want to be right now. We want to continue to improve, and that's individually for me and as a team. But overall, I feel comfortable. I still feel like I can do a lot more out there. And that's the thing. Just got to keep working to get better every single day, and everything else will take care of itself.
Pat.
3-point defense as a team has been an area that you guys have been looking for improvements in. And these last few games, you've done a good job out there. Has there been anything that you've noticed that has led to those improvements? And if so, is it sustainable?
Yeah, I think coach just really puts a huge emphasis on it. We know what every guy shoots from the perimeter going into the game. And, he really wants us to flush them off the line. Don't close out short ever, regardless of who it is. So I think that's just been an emphasis of being in your gaps, but also flying out to shooters. And that's been huge. We've been really locking in on that lately. And we just got to do a better job of rebounding, because sometimes when you're contesting so hard, you kind of take yourself out of the play. But we got to do a better job of running shooters off and then coming back into the play to help out the bigs rebound.
J. Michael, you got anything?
Sure. Doug, that three guard lineup that you guys ended the game with seemed to kind of put you into that next gear to get ahead. What is it like playing with those three, with TJ, Aaron, and Malcolm? And how much did Aaron exploiting his matchup kind of open things up for you? Because it seems like every game, no matter what comes down to, a team can't take away everything. They're going to give you something. Exploiting that one matchup, which he did, kind of opened up other stuff for you guys.
Yeah, I think that 3-guard lineup was huge. Obviously, having Aaron and TJ, just their energy alone that they come off the bench with is huge. And they're so good at putting pressure on the defense by getting in the paint and looking to spray out. And I'm just really happy for Aaron tonight. He played his tail off. No one works harder on this team. He's constantly in the gym, and we're all just really happy to see that hard work pay off. And it was great that coach stuck with us down the stretch, showed that confidence in that group, because we were definitely in a role there, and just can't say enough good things about those 3 guards, down the stretch.
Anything else from any? Oh, yeah, Scott.
Yeah, quick follow-up on you guys finishing. Does any player speak up? No, coach, hey, let's keep what's working, or is that something that we found out that Nate tends to do, is stay with what works?
Yeah, I think Nate just kind of feels it out throughout the game. And, we're a very unselfish group, and, we know that any night could be someone else's night, and and Nate's going to reward you for your play. So that's always a good thing, knowing that, if you have a good game going, if you're in a group that's rolling, coach is going to stick with you. And that's something we all really appreciate from Nate. And, it's just a lot of fun out there when you get in a role like that, and no one's hanging their head on the bench or pouting. Everyone's cheering for us. There's no better feeling.
All right, Doug, thank you very much.